It's good to be on top. Fresh air, lovely view, the joy of knowing every other team in the league is staring at our butts. Life is good, but it also means our butt has a nice big target on it, and we need to deal with the pressure. Up next, we're playing Crawley Town, currently sitting not so comfortably in second. A tight game from the start with yet another uneventful first half. One huge upside though, our defense seemed impeccable, and all thanks to this man, Aaron Hayden. Tackle after tackle, demolishing strikers and always looking in complete control. The rest of the team backed him up with a decent performance, and Crawley did manage a single shot on goal in the first 55 minutes. Fortunately, that one went straight in the back of the net. Our goal scoring form has dropped significantly. It feels like ages since we last scored. We muscle our way to an opportunity. Mullen finds Angus, who nails the equalizer. It could still go either way, and the lads seem to be fully aware of it. The tension is high. You can just feel the pressure mounting. Mo to Mullen. How overwhelmingly underwhelming. But we'll take it, because I swear this is about as lucky as we're ever gonna get in this game. Good enough to settle it. We scored a ridiculous winner, but I was never one to look a gift horse in the mouth. Mainly because it's disgusting. We're 6 points clear, not playing well, but we're racking up the points. A trend that continues over the next couple of games. First against Swindon Town, and then against Rochdale quickly after. Not much has changed on the table, but we're getting closer to one of the biggest events of our season, the FA Cup. Just one game away and no more excuses. We gotta find our form, and we'll be looking for it against Walsall. Mullen breaking on the wing. Paul Johnson with a great overlap run. Whoop, clever, and Angus steps it in. A beautiful build-up, lovely piece of skill, and a poke to set off an avalanche of goals. "5-1 is the final tally, and a great result to get us fired up for our FA Cup debut. Come on, Dragons! Up front, we're as sharp as ever, but I've grown very frustrated with conceding silly goals, and I'd like to expand my tactics a bit. Loving the formation and the positioning so far, but I've decided to create a defensive as well as an attacking variation. For defensive, we'll just sit deep and let the front four do all the heavy lifting, while on attacking, everyone gets to join in on the fun, while I silently pray to every god imaginable we can score without conceding first. Okay, we're ready. Our first challenger is Tranmere Rovers. Very excited about our lineup. Bob is now officially a first team player, and for my AMC pair, I'm going with Mo and Davis on account of their ridiculous pace. Can already feel my fingers are getting jittery. I'm getting my hopes up, and I hate it, because high expectations also mean high risk of heartbreak. But damn it, I do enjoy a good FA Cup run in the lower leagues. We'll just have to take it one game at a time. Patient build-up. Angus is blocked, but we get the ball back. Mullen! Poor shot, but we get the corner.
Well, how did he stop that? That's just unbelievable.
Lovely ball in, and Mullen guides it in the back of the net. We get an early lead. Another great corner. Oh, off the crossbar. We're pushing hard for the second. We're so close, I can feel it. Angus! Powerful effort, but the keeper saves it. Last-ditch effort from Tranmere here, and we're all over the place. Great cross, and Finney puts it away. They managed to sneak in an equalizer just before the end of the first half. But we gotta keep our cool, stick to the game plan, and keep pushing. Pressing high up the pitch. Lovely ball movement from everyone. Mullen sees Davis, does well to find him, and yes! 2-1! Switching back to defensive for extra support at the back, but we need to keep going. Use this momentum. Lots of room for our front four, and they're moving well. Mullen to Angus. Lovely back heel to shuffle the defense, and Mullen gets to it. This is becoming somewhat of a signature move, a great setup and an easy finish. We're 2 goals up and I'm dying to test out our attacking setting. We got a solid buffer and I want to try to kill the game. Ooh, and right away, look at Babo go! Excellent run! Nice and steady.
Promising possession, this.
Oh, that's visionary passing from Walker. Mullen gets to it, yes! And he gets his third and he does this. I guess scoring a hat-trick in the FA Cup messes with your head a bit. That's the whistle, incredible game, and what a way to start our FA Cup run. Okay, that was fun, but we need to collect ourselves and forget about the win against Tranmere Rovers, because up next we have Tranmere Rovers? Who writes this garbage? Yeah, I've seen this one already. Feeney's on form, we take the early lead. Oh no, they sneak in an equalizer right before the end of the first half. Who could have seen this coming? I get it, and I'm getting tired of this. We're sitting well at the top of the table, no reason we should put up with this. Ooh, that was a close one. Oh, we're missing some golden chances here. You can see where this is going, right? You know what? Good on them. After missing those sitters, a draw would have felt horrible as well. Doesn't matter, I'm not letting myself spiral out of control over this. We're 4 points off the top with a game in hand. Everything's fine. Time to dust ourselves off and pick ourselves up yet again. We're playing Leyton Orient next and... whoa, another Red Dragon Derby? One question, was there a Red Dragon crest template being wildly overshared in Britain at some point? Now, this may seem to you just like any ordinary League 2 game, but this is actually the one that caused me to have a complete meltdown. I would like you to meet Paul Smith. You're probably mistaking him here for Prime Cantona, but I assure you, it's indeed Paul Smith. Nah, I'm just overreacting, right? 1 in a million shot. It happens, right? But you see, he does it again, and I can feel the blood boiling in my soul. I am really doing my best not to dive into the whole "the hell with this game" mindset, but if you allow me to get off my high horse for just a moment, are you f***ing kidding me? 2 long shot goals? Look, this was recorded long before the patch, and I'm aware I'm late to the party, but I'd still love to know how this happened. Was someone sitting in a meeting and like, and how often do we think long shot goals should go in? I got an idea. It's in the f***ing name. As you can see, I'm still butthurt about it weeks after, so you can imagine what was going through my head back then. We were able to put one back, but I just couldn't get a grip, which led to this happening, and then this,
now what can they do from here?
and this.
But the complaints can go.
Ooh, actually forgot about this one.
Yellow card handed out.
And I just lost 6-1 to a team battling relegation. Textbook example of what happens when you lose your head when playing. It happens from time to time, but what I found that works best for me, pause for a bit, take a name, and move on. That was the toughest defeat I've suffered in FIFA in a while, but we need to find a way to stay positive, focus on the stuff that works, and try to raise our spirits. The partnership between Mullen and Angus has already grown way beyond League 2. And our counters are becoming more deadly with each game. We've still got a few kinks to work out, but I'm sure the best is yet to come. A nice clean win as a perfect response. I've already forgotten everything there is about our previous defeat, or just suppressed it completely into my subconscious. Either way, the system works! We got another huge game coming up. Barrow has grown into a serious title contender. Their away record looks unbelievable, and let me tell you, they are here to play.
Options in the middle.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not a good sign when you're trying to switch tactics mid-cross. A clear case of Hail Mary defending, if there even is such a thing. Barrow are very good at keeping the ball, it's hard to get it off them, especially if you're defending as fearfully as I am. And Barrow are up by 2. We finally found a way to respond in the dying seconds of the first half. A fast counter and an easy tap-in for Mo, but we quickly learned that Barrow are still very much the better team. And they increased their lead yet again, The 2 penalties I've conceded recently have ruined me. You can tell I'm terrified of making a single tackle. Going all out here. Nothing to lose at this point. Except, you know, nerves, dignity, the will to get out of bed in the morning. 4-1. And this feels like a new low. Losing hard at home to title contenders is rough, but it's the wimpy nature of my game that I can't really get over. Because as soon as you let fear run the way you play, it immediately drains all the fun out of it. And more often than not, it ends in a disaster. We're not well, and we got another huge game ahead of us. I'm looking for anything to distract myself from the pain, and perfect! The youth scouting reports are in, and, well, at least it's a different type of painful. Okay, no point in delaying this any further, I guess. We're playing Harrogate Town, everyone's favorite RTG pick from last season, siding with experience over talent for this one and a bit more power over pace. With the first snow of the season and my epic mood swings, impossible to predict how this is gonna go. Harrogate going at us strong right from the whistle. Catastrophic positioning. Our backline looking more like a squiggle at this point. And the visitors open up the scoring, putting us yet again under severe pressure. But funny thing about pressure, when you keep giving into it, you begin to care a lot less. At which point, it's much easier to say, F it. And instead of worrying about the result, focus on your game and how you want to play.
And it's with Young. Jones.
Looking to create space with some decent passing. Jones does well to cut inside, and yes, we're back level. Mo driving the ball well on the right side. Looking to go short. Jones again, and he gets another one. A quick comeback, just what we need. Harrington are making a late push for the equalizer. We get away with one there. Second half is on the way. We have to keep going at it. Mullen gets blocked. We get a corner. Yes! Mullen! Thunderous header, and it's 3-1. We dug deep to get back in the game, and it's been too much for the visitors. You can tell the game is done. Everything coming our way, and before you know it, Jones gets his hat-trick. 5-1. A massive lead. We'd really need to screw it up royally to let them back in it. Yep. We'd need to flop real hard for something like that to happen. Luckily, we managed to hit the brakes and slam in another one in the final minutes of the game. A magical FA Cup day in the snow, 9 goals, and on top of that, we're going through to the next round. This has been the most dramatic section of our journey by far, with glorious highs and devastating lows. Then again, it's the drama that makes it so damn addictive. But if you manage to keep your cool and press on, you just might open yourself up to something really special.